What's up guys, Jackson here with Toasty DIY, and today we're going to be unboxing this $179 scooter from Temu. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So Temu is a store that I've been just kind of experimenting with lately and just kind of buying random things. Like this table right here was actually from Temu. And so the whole goal of this is just buying really cheap items and seeing if they're actually all right or if you should just completely stay away from them. So we got this Caroma scooter, and this is a stand-up scooter. So I already did a video on the like a sit-down version that was around $320 shipped, but this one offers a lot of the same specs. It's a little bit less wattage, it's like 420 watts, but the top speed's around the same. And this scooter offers a little bit less range at 15.5 miles, which is still pretty far, but a top speed of 20 miles an hour supposedly. And one of the really cool parts about the scooter is it's really lightweight. I mean, carrying the box up here, I was able to do with one hand. Now the sit-down scooter, that was definitely not the case. That actually kind of was almost like a team lift kind of deal, but this one I'm hoping comes in a little more put together too, because the other one took me probably about 30 minutes to put together. And it looks like this one's already pretty put together. It looks like we're just gonna have to put the handlebars on and maybe one or two other things. And one of the things I was really curious about is I never really noticed a brake on this scooter. So I think it literally is this back wheel. It's just a rear brake and you basically push down on it. So that's definitely cheaper than I'm used to. Normally you'd get some type of handbrake, but this one's definitely a little more conventional with the brake. And I feel like it's plastic too. We get a user manual. We get 3 different size Allen keys. It looks like we have both handlebars right here. And then the only other thing in the box is actually this charger. This is a, let's see, 120 volts at 1.0. So it's 42 volt output at 1 amp. So pretty slow charging. I think it said it takes around 4 to 6 hours to fully charge from a dead battery, which is one of the things I've kind of noticed with a lot of these. They don't come with like a quote unquote fast charging option. And that is going to be something that will make your batteries last longer. Oh, and then it really does just lock into place. Another thing that's kind of cool is these, well, a good and a bad thing, the wheels don't need air. But obviously it's kind of a bad thing because if you're riding like a bumpy area, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a stiffer ride. So we got it clicked in place. Make sure the scooter's turned off. So it looks like the one that has the bell on it is going to go on this side with the bell kind of facing up. And oh, it's kind of cool, it's toolless. It just has like the little metal spring tabs. So you literally just click it in. So far this is pretty cool for the assembly, the fact that well, it comes with Allen keys, so I hope we'll figure out what those are for, but maybe they're just for adjusting because that was all of the assembly. We do get that little LCD display on the top. It kind of reminds me of like the usual like Bird or Lime style where it's literally right on the top. Not the cleanest display, but I mean, it looks like it'll work. And then see if it actually has any charge to it. Oh yeah, okay. So we get it turned on. We get a battery meter. It looks like the white one is 6 mile an hour top speed, yellow's 10, and then it looks like 15 mile an hour top speed for the red S. So I don't know, maybe I was misreading because I could have sworn it said 20 mile an hour top. Maybe it meant 15 and then 20 mile range. Yeah, it says keep one foot on the ground and kick off to begin accelerating manually. Use the handles to steer. All right, well that doesn't get really much more simple. And I haven't really seen what we're supposed to use those Allen keys for yet, and since it wasn't in the instructions, we're not going to touch them, so hopefully we don't die here. Oh, we do get a little kickstand right up here. That's really hard to get to. Oh wow, the electronic brake actually works like pretty good. All right, first test outside. I'm going to start off on the lowest S mode, which should be like about 6.6 miles an hour. Like this is 6 miles an hour right here, which they call it kid mode. Pretty slow. All right, we're on number the second mode, which should be 10 miles an hour. And yeah, we're doing about 9. There's 10. Yeah, so it usually sticks a little underneath the top speed. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and go up to the highest mode, which is the red S. The acceleration's actually pretty decent on it. I mean, for it being as cheap as it is. 6 miles an hour. 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 I definitely just almost fell off the scooter. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I would much prefer a conventional brake lever over this motor brake. So like at lower speeds, it's not bad. Like it really doesn't throw you off too much, but it's not instant either. It kind of like, so here we go. I'll go like a couple miles an hour. That was full all the way down, but the faster you're going, the harsher it is. So like a second ago, when I was going more like 10 miles an hour, I'm gonna turn around and do it again. Hopefully I don't die here. So this is 6 miles an hour. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. So yeah, it literally, it's like, it's definitely progressive as you're going quick. But yeah, I mean, the top, like, I will say it's hard to get like the top speed, which is supposedly 15.6 miles an hour. I'm usually only seeing like between like 13 and 15 on the flat surfaces. I guess if it was like a really smooth surface and we had a lot of room, we could probably get closer to that speed. It does take about 1 to 2, it takes about close to 2 miles an hour for it to really start moving, which that's one thing I like about my other scooter is there's no kickoff. Now, going uphill, this thing definitely, I mean, you can feel it. We're hitting 6-7 miles an hour though, but I mean, you can definitely tell that it, you know, is struggling, but it does it. So far, my least favorite things are definitely that electronic brake lever. Have a ton of grip. As you can see, these tires are tiny. Definitely not like some of the nicer like limes and stuff you see where they have really large inflated tires usually. So it's a little bit bumpier. You do get like that, which I'm like debating if they're like, can you even see it like going down at all, Zach? Yeah, I don't even know if it's like an actual shock or not. It almost kind of seems like it's for show. Maybe I just don't weigh enough to really get it to go down, but it doesn't really feel like it does anything. It's really cool because all you have to do is press it like that and then it locks. And this thing's actually like very portable. It only weighs 23 pounds. So that part is really cool. And then these handlebars, I love this. You literally just press them and they pop out. I would say for an extra $20, $30 on Temu or Amazon even, I was noticing a good amount more range, you know, higher top speeds, actual handbrake levers. You even start to get the disc brakes at some point, which is pretty nice. So it's kind of one of those things where if you're on like the tightest budget and you want the cheapest scooter, that's basically what this is here. And I would say for the $180 price point, it was pretty good. Yeah, I saw you almost die. See what I'm saying about that brake though? The faster you're going, like the more aggressive it is, and it's not very forgiving.
No, like I like barely put on like any like pressure on it, and it felt like the wheels locked.
All right guys, so to recap, the cheapest scooter bought off of Temu. So $179 at the door shipped. And you know, I gotta say, it is pretty good for the price. Now, I'm not a scooter expert. I haven't compared to hundreds of other scooters, but I've at least been on most of the major brand scooters, and I've gotten to ride some nicer ones like from Best Buy in like the $500 to $600 range as well. But I do have to say, for this one being so cheap, it's pretty decent. Now, my main complaints, there's two really. One is I think that the top speed and the range are a little bit off. They're also very scattered. If you look at the listing on Temu, at one point it says 15.5 mile range. Another spot it says 17 mile range. In the title, it literally says 15 to like 25 mile an hour or something like that, and 15 to 20 mile range. So I couldn't find if that was for a whole nother listing or if there's just some weird discrepancy there. Maybe they mean like 20 miles an hour or 25 kilometers an hour. But a little bit scattered information, but from what I gather, it's 15.5-ish on the speed and probably 15 or less on the range. And then my second complaint is once again, that electronic brake. Maybe some of you guys look at that as a feature. It does save on space and maybe weight as well. I personally would next time, I would much rather spend extra money or the same amount possibly and just get a single brake, even just a single brake lever. I don't care if it's the front or the rear brake, but honestly, trying to use this back brake is kind of impractical because it's not very predictable. much like the electronic brake. Neither one of them are predictable. They both work differently at different speeds, and that's not something you really want with braking, in my opinion. So yeah, biggest withdrawal is definitely the braking system, but everything else, guys, pretty decent. The light itself, which I said I would talk about a little bit, it's nothing like the other scooter that I have. The other scooter has a light towards the bottom. That's where you actually get like some serious light that actually shines on the road. This one, I mean, maybe in pitch black, it would slightly help you, but the main thing is this would just help people on the road see your scooter. And like I said, from the back, I don't believe, I mean, actually now that I'm looking at it, yeah, it's not an electronic light, it is just a reflector. So, you know, not the greatest for night riding, of course, but once again, guys, I mean, the fact that it folds up so quickly too, and it weighs almost nothing, is pretty cool. So I want to know in the comment section what you guys think. Would you just buy a more expensive one from Amazon or Best Buy or somewhere else, or would you actually be tempted to shop for a scooter on Temu? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out Toasty Bros and Toasty Clips. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.